The recognition of my being as borrowed energy has brought out the very best in me. My mother wrote the universe a "he owes you" when I was conceived, and I plan to pay that back in full with interest in more than just fond memories. At times, I'm gonna fight violently for a place that's full of fulfillment, peace, and my influence in history, more than any contradictory epitaph could ever read. But it seems that my conditioning is a mantra that preaches when enough's enough, why continue to try when you can just give up? Do what you wanna, but it's easier to float than fly, to fold than bluff, because no matter how hard you push in this casino of life, it's gonna be you who busts. Now knowing this, and that the path of least resistance is always a litmus for the weak, those who are content to speak between the lines but not seek outside the box, I've decided to walk this journey in leaps. And I've seen those people succeed, but it's only in the most vulgar sense of the word. Arndotty and I don't care much for what you have to say if you've ever asked the grocery store clerk just to listen and learn. See, I'm like a scientist at CERN. I'm truly concerned with the truth of the universe, and in return, I believe the reverse. It all depends on the extent that the truth exists in me at first. The chicken and the egg himself, of course. Herein lies the source of relativity, our souls relatively, the force of creativity in a case for this unusual break from monotony. I want not to be just another severed head walking down the street, so I suture my spirit to my daily routines. And sure, the seamed and stretched speeches still bleed, but I need no longer weep for myself. Hell, we can only play the cards we're dealt, and well, while I look at mine, I'm royally flushed. The blush on my face was applied by adrenaline joyfully rushed to create biochemical potential to propel me upward, onward, forward, and on toward a new beginning, an old end, a place where means will never take the place of a true friend. A place that can only become my own creation, generated as the genesis of our generation. And I don't care what era you're from, these are the same times we live in. And our silence can only be forgiven when we leave guilt behind to begin again with action. It's not repentance for the old and worn, it's transcendence into strength and passion. It's the length you'll go to reach safer energies than Hanford, be bigger than the archetypes of egos, fortified castle-like mansions. And the more advanced than the first super pipes in Athens, become a lighthouse that projects communities stronger than fighting spouses, insecurities manifested in tongue lashings and name bashing. With more levity than any of Comedy Central's actors, and more beauty than France's latest runaway fashions. Now, the jury is out, but the cast is in. And just like MD means doctor of medicine, when I call you DJ, backtrack that acronym and know that I'm calling you out as the judge of your own dominion. So open your mind and let the sample spin. Open your mind and let the sample spin, thou judges of your own dominions. I'll run circles in your head until it acts like a centrifuge, separating densities of thoughts into types and kinds of truths. Now, if you're feeling in the mood to ride this wave and help us evolve from the brine into a higher state where complacency doesn't masquerade as patience, and right never needs a false alibi to maintain its station, because will's reasoning and good intentions are enough to make justice critically deconstruct each side of the argument, where the plaintiff's statements state what they really meant only in comparison with those taken after all conflicts of interest have been resigned, reined in, and removed from their place, obscuring the view of the true defendant, and that's you. But screw yourself. If you got beef, it's your intolerance and knowledge and self-limiting beliefs, like society's innocent people living in prison and good men and women sleeping on the streets. Because we forgot to ask questions after Socrates' execution in Greece. The true sin of the father was silence that took place of dissent, where real kindness was replaced by decency and lies, and that nice, feel-good, politically correct nature constricting the life from growth, causing glaucoma, but blindness wouldn't be sight's fate if only we weren't so accustomed to assignments and grades. But instead, let's focus on becoming something great for our own borrowed energy's sake.